Hello YouTubers, I want to take a minute to talk about Hollywood and guns. The two are not related. I mean, maybe when John Wayne was around, yeah, but it seems like Hollywood knows almost nothing about guns. Well, I mean, there's a few actors that do, but the vast majority of them are liberal and they don't. You ever notice how in a movie they'll have like a pump shotgun, for instance, and whether they're doing something bad or good with the shotgun, they're holding it up there like this. And if the person doesn't bat down immediately they go, and to emphasize their point, they'll go like that. Why? Why'd they do that? In reality, this is what it would look like. They would eject a perfectly good shell, because if they were ready to go like they should have been, they would have had a shell in the chamber ready to blast the person. Why would you not chamber one if you don't mean business? That don't make any sense. And then to eject a perfectly good shell is silly. There's also a possibility of it jamming up. They'll go like this. Well, that didn't work. That's not how that's supposed to work. That is not supposed to jam up. They do the same thing with lever action rifles in movies. To emphasize their point. But if there's already a round in there, you don't need to do that. Do they really think that all Americans are so stupid they don't know how a gun works? There's a lot of gun owners here in the United States. And we know how to operate pumps and lever action guns and various other types of weapons. What would they do with a semi-auto, I wonder? That would be interesting. Another thing that gets me is they take a handgun and they point it to the enemy like this, sideways. Well, now you got no sight. How are you going to aim it? It might look mean, but if you miss the target, it's pointless. Another one, the one that really annoys me, is in action movies, and they're shooting like a couple handguns, and the guy jumps, and he's flying through the air while he's shooting. Both hands are occupied with weapons. Well, how's he going to land? He's going to land on his ribs. Might possibly break a rib, So it might look interesting, but it's stupid. It's just hard for me. I find myself, it's incredulous, I find myself having trouble swallowing that they actually think that we're all that stupid. I don't care how great a scene looks. If there's no science behind it, then it doesn't work for me. I'm a technical guy. Stuff has to make sense. It has to work. And, maybe some people aren't, and they can watch that and go, oh, look, that's cool. I was flying through the air like that. But it doesn't work for me. Another thing, too, is what I call the infinite magazine, where they're blasting and blasting and blasting and blasting. It must have 2,000 rounds in that magazine, but yet the magazine's only so big. I don't know how they do that. Where do they put those bullets at? It hardly ever shows them reloading. Now, they've gotten better about it on some movies lately, but a lot of movies don't even show them reloading, which is, it's just totally idiotic. You'd have to be a non-gun owner that has never even looked at a gun to not get that. But yet they continue to make movies like that. Where's their technical advisor? If they have one, do they listen to him? Probably not. They do the same thing with a lot of other subjects in movies too. Like that movie Volcano. Or no, it wasn't Volcano. It was the Dante's Peak. The one that it was patterned after the Mount St. Helens eruption of 1980. Well, they come up to a lava flow, and what do? They drive across it. It's completely impossible, okay? I've studied volcanology pretty in depth for not actually having a degree. And I can tell you that you try to drive across molten rock that's a couple thousand degrees, it's going to instantly catch your tires on fire and melt your wheels, and you're going to get mired in it, and the vehicle's going to instantly ignite, and you're going to burn with the vehicle. That's how it's going to play out. You're not going to just drive across it. I really wish when they make movies they would get things right. Oh, here's another one. And this is a famous movie with Clint Eastwood, The Unforgiven. I don't know if it's The Unforgiven or Unforgiven. Anyway, they decide to hunt pheasants from the train. And all these pheasants just happen to be there right by the tracks and flushing perfectly. There's only one thing. The year was wrong. Pheasants are not native to North America. They were brought here from Asia. And I believe the time period that the movie is a couple years too early for that. They weren't, first place they were introduced successfully was here in Oregon. But they also introduced them back east. But that's the first place they successfully introduced them was the Willamette Valley in Oregon. Of course, they've done quite well. It's just another thing involving guns in a movie that isn't logical. And the same people that make these movies are the ones that want to control your guns. The ones who don't know anything about your guns, who have no gun know-how whatsoever, but they act like they're an expert and they know what to do. They have the solution to all the shootings. Well, newsflash for those guys. There is no easy solution for that. One thing you could do is eliminate the flag operations that the government might be involved in. I'm not an extreme conspiracy theorist, but some of the shootings are kind of suspicious. And the fact that there's a lot more of them now than there were before. And they're trying to push harder to control guns. There's a relationship there. But I'm not going to get too far into that. I digress. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.